Welcome to Astronomy Daily, your source for the latest space and astronomy news. I'm your host, Anna, and today we've got an exciting lineup of stories to share with you. We'll be covering NASA's legendary Voyager 1 spacecraft returning to full operations after a communication issue, taking a peek at how astronauts celebrated Thanksgiving aboard the International Space Station, and getting updates on SpaceX's Starship program. We'll also explore fascinating new findings from Asteroid Ryugu samples, and look at China's latest achievements in space, including new mapping satellites and cargo missions. Stay with us for all these stories and more. So let's get started. In an impressive display of engineering prowess, NASA has successfully brought Voyager 1 back to full operations following a concerning communication disruption last month. The veteran spacecraft, now an incredible 15.4 billion miles from Earth, had unexpectedly switched from its primary X-band radio transmitter to a weaker S-band transmitter, temporarily halting the flow of valuable scientific and engineering data. The situation was particularly challenging given the vast distance involved. It takes nearly 23 hours for signals to make a round trip between Earth and Voyager 1. But earlier this month, mission engineers managed to reactivate the X-band transmitter, restoring data collection from all four of Voyager's operational science instruments. The issue stemmed from the spacecraft's fault protection system, which had deactivated the X-band transmitter when a heater was activated. This protective measure is crucial for preserving power for critical operations, especially given Voyager 1's extremely limited power supply. The spacecraft relies on electricity generated by the heat from decaying plutonium, which decreases by about 4 watts every year. What makes this achievement even more remarkable is that both Voyager spacecraft are operating with razor-thin power margins. Over the years, the mission team has had to make difficult decisions, shutting down all non-essential systems to keep these historic probes functioning. Despite operating in temperatures far colder than their original design specifications, the remaining science instruments continue to send back valuable data about interstellar space. After 47 years of operation, Voyager 1 and its twin Voyager 2 remain the only human-made objects operating in interstellar space. While their advanced age presents ongoing challenges for NASA's mission team, this latest recovery demonstrates the incredible durability of these pioneering spacecraft and the dedication of the engineers who keep them running. Now, here's a story for our many listeners who like to celebrate Thanksgiving. The holiday season took on a whole new perspective this year as 4 NASA astronauts aboard the International Space Station shared their unique Thanksgiving celebration with us here on Earth. Commander Suni Williams, along with crewmates Don Pettit, Nick Hague, and Butch Wilmore, beamed down a special message from their orbital home, giving us a glimpse into how they're marking this traditionally Earthbound holiday. While most of us gathered around dining room tables, these astronauts celebrated with their own special feast, though perhaps not quite what you'd expect. Their Thanksgiving spread included some familiar holiday favorites like smoked turkey and butternut squash, along with some more unusual additions like Brussels sprouts and, believe it or not, sardines, all carefully prepared for consumption in microgravity. The crew took a moment to reflect on what they're thankful for, with Butch Wilmore noting some uniquely astronaut-specific blessings, including the ability to lay on the ceiling thanks to zero gravity. But they also shared more universal sentiments of gratitude, appreciation for family, friends, and the support of those back on Earth who keep them connected to home. Don Pettit touched on something many of us can relate to, the challenge of being away from loved ones during the holidays. But he pointed out that modern technology allows them to stay connected virtually with family and friends, even from 250 miles above Earth. It's a reminder that whether we're separated by continents or orbital planes, the spirit of togetherness that defines Thanksgiving finds a way to bridge the gap. Let's move on to some SpaceX news. SpaceX continues to make significant strides with its Starship program following the successful completion of Flight 6. The aftermath of this latest test has kept teams busy at Starbase, with comprehensive inspection and repair work underway across various systems and structures. In the immediate hours after the launch, engineers began examining the launch tower's chopsticks, the mechanical arms designed to catch returning vehicles. While these systems experienced less stress than during Flight 5 due to the absence of a booster landing attempt, the sheer power of all 33 Raptor engines necessitated thorough checkups. The launch mount has received particular attention, with scaffolding quickly installed around its upper section and the implementation of the dance floor, a movable platform that allows detailed inspection of the mount's lower sections. These rapid response protocols have become increasingly efficient with each launch, demonstrating SpaceX's growing expertise in post-flight operations. Several systems showed signs of wear from Flight 6, including the booster quick disconnect system, which required repairs after being scorched during launch. The ship quick disconnect arm also sustained damage, with burnt umbilicals and notable charring on protective doors. Perhaps most surprisingly, the tower's weather and communications antenna experienced bending from launch forces, a first for the program. Looking ahead to Flight 7, preparations are already well underway. Booster 14 has completed its initial cryogenic testing and is being fitted with grid fins. Ship 33, designated as the first Block 2 ship to fly, has received its full complement of 6 Raptor 2 engines and is preparing for static fire testing. The launch profile for Flight 7 appears similar to its predecessors, with the ship targeted to land in the Indian Ocean near Australia. If current planning holds, we could see this next launch as early as January 11th. Looking further ahead, SpaceX has ambitious plans for 2025, with environmental assessments underway to support up to 25 launches from Starbase, including 3 night launches, though these currently won't include booster landing attempts. Next up today, in a fascinating development from the world of asteroid sample analysis, scientists have discovered that specimens from Asteroid Ryugu became home to Earth-based microorganisms after their return to our planet. This finding emerged during research led by Matthew Genge at Imperial College London, providing valuable insights into how terrestrial life forms interact with extraterrestrial materials. The sample in question, collected by JAXA's Hayabusa 2 spacecraft and returned to Earth in December 2020, showed remarkable evidence of microbial colonization. Within just 1 week of exposure to Earth's atmosphere, scientists observed 11 microbes on the sample's surface. Even more impressively, this population exploded to 147 microorganisms just a week later. While initially intriguing, the team conclusively determined these weren't alien life forms. Their appearance only after the sample's exposure to Earth's atmosphere, combined with their rapid population growth, clearly identified them as terrestrial in origin. The microorganisms were likely bacteria similar to the common bacillus species found in soil and rocks. This discovery has significant implications for future space exploration, particularly regarding planetary protection protocols. It demonstrates just how readily Earth-based microorganisms can colonize and survive on extraterrestrial materials, raising important considerations for both sample return missions and planetary exploration. The findings serve as a crucial reminder of the challenges we face in maintaining pristine conditions when studying materials from space. They also highlight the importance of careful contamination controls in future missions, especially as we continue our search for evidence of life beyond Earth. The research underscores an impressive yet concerning truth. Earth's microorganisms are remarkably successful colonizers, capable of establishing themselves even on materials from millions of miles away. This adaptability could have profound implications for our understanding of how life might spread throughout the solar system, whether naturally or through human exploration. China's space program continues to mark significant milestones with several notable developments this month. The Tianzhou 7 cargo spacecraft, which had been serving China's Tiangong space station since January, completed its mission with a controlled re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. After delivering crucial supplies to the station and being loaded with waste materials, the spacecraft made its final descent on November 17th, providing us with spectacular footage of its fiery return through Earth's atmosphere. But before its dramatic finale, Tianzhou 7 had one last task to complete. The spacecraft deployed a small satellite called Baiyi-08, equipped with Earth observation capabilities and optical communication systems, adding another piece to China's growing space infrastructure. In a separate development, China has bolstered its satellite imaging capabilities with the successful launch of 2 new mapping satellites. The Seaway Gaojing 203 and 04 satellites lifted off aboard a long March 2C rocket from the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. These advanced satellites represent a significant upgrade to China's existing network, featuring high-precision radar systems capable of producing detailed images regardless of weather conditions or time of day. What makes these satellites particularly noteworthy is their enhanced payload efficiency, which has improved by 25% over previous versions. They're designed to support a wide range of applications, from natural resource management to urban safety and emergency response. The satellite's all-weather imaging capabilities make them especially valuable for disaster management, allowing rapid assessment of natural disasters even under challenging conditions. These developments highlight China's growing sophistication in space operations, from maintaining a permanent space station to expanding its satellite infrastructure for both commercial and scientific purposes. It's another reminder of how space technology continues to evolve and advance across multiple nations and programs. Well, that brings us to the end of today's Space News Roundup. It's been another fascinating day of developments in space exploration and astronomy, from Voyager's impressive recovery to groundbreaking discoveries from asteroid samples and the continuing evolution of our space capabilities around the globe. I'm Anna, and I've enjoyed bringing you these stories today. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest space and astronomy news, be sure to visit our website at astronomydaily.io. There you can sign up for our free daily newsletter and access our constantly updating newsfeed with all the latest developments in space exploration and astronomy. You'll also find our complete archive of past episodes available for listening anytime. And don't forget to join our growing community on social media. You can find us as Astro Daily Pod on Facebook, X, Tumblr, YouTube, and TikTok. It's a great way to stay connected and join the conversation about the fascinating world of space exploration. Thank you for listening to Astronomy Daily. Keep looking up, and I'll see you tomorrow with more exciting stories from the final frontier.